Welcome back to another episode of the Smoke Sessions podcast. I am Muhsin Yesilada and you are?
My name's Pablo.
Hello, Pablo.
What are you saying?
We are back. We are back after a long layoff. Do you want to explain why?
So basically what had happened is Ali went to Narnia. V went after Ali to Narnia.
Yes.
They got lost, somehow ended up in Croydon.
V got
Which
an arranged
actually
marriage
makes sense because I'm pretty sure Croydon and Narnia are right next to each other, right?
down the road.
Yeah? Would you say so?
Yeah. Down the road, it's fair.
So yeah, that man was stuck there for a bit. I was in France for like 7 years.
I got pregnant.
He did get pregnant, to be fair. I mean,
Finally.
You can see he's...
Me and my dad have been trying for about 6 months now.
Oh my God.
We're back, baby.
Oh my God.
Making inappropriate jokes. We're all getting cancelled.
You say, oh, nah, you're getting cancelled, B. I ain't trying to get myself cancelled, you nuts.
I'm very happy we're back. This is like therapy.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I hope it's like therapy for the people who listen as well.
Do you know what, yeah? If you consider this therapy, I'm very worried for you.
But you know what it is? I've been speaking to a few people about the podcast recently.
Yes, sir.
And it is very nice to hear people miss it.
Oh, bro, that's the
warmed
one
my
thing. Like, even in comments and shit, once we uploaded the last episode that we uploaded, which if you haven't seen it by now, you're a dick. But anyway, people were commenting on the video itself, like, finally, I've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
And these are just random people as well. It's not
Yeah.
going to say it's our friends or whatever. It's nice.
I was at a show and a very nice young guy came up to me who knew of the podcast from TikTok and stuff. And it was very nice to hear his perspective on what the podcast is and what it does. He said it's a good idea because it represents his vibe and the vibe he has with his mates. Like chilling, chatting shit with a shisha.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like maybe we forgot that that's the vibe we were going for initially because we've done 40 episodes in a row. But I'm glad we've successfully created that vibe.
You forgot that, though. Bro, I literally just come here to chat shit.
No, but I'm saying, like, that was always the plan. But I feel like because we were so headstrong, episode a week, I think I lost sight of the bigger picture of what this can... Like, I was so caught up on got to get numbers.
Yeah.
I was like, for the people we do have, this is already useful. Do you see what I'm saying?
I hear that.
Like,
Don't understand it, but I do get where you're coming from.
Well, it's like, it's very easy to say we need more people, but like, all right, we're already providing a nice service to the people who are listening.
Yeah, bro.
It's a good vibe.
We've already got a little community going, and don't get me wrong, more numbers is always great, but we're serving our purpose, bro.
100%.
We're serving our purpose.
You don't need to be the biggest podcast to have a career anyway.
Nah.
If you have like 1,000 people who back you,
Yeah, that's more than enough.
Oh my God.
That's definitely more than enough.
And I feel like we're at the age now where I think we're at a good age, you know. Like an age where I don't really care about clout. When I was younger, I really cared about clout.
You see, that's one thing I remember. So for a good year or two, I really cared what people thought of me and what I was doing and shit.
Massively, yeah.
And then I just stopped.
Yeah.
I just completely stopped.
Yeah.
I've been so much happier since.
And also, I think it's kind of out of fashion now. I think it's a bit transparent.
Nah, people are still doing nonsense for clout.
Yeah, but I think the level-headed people have kind of realised the stupidity of it. So, like, if let's say you wanted to get like a missus, right?
Yeah.
If you wanted a good missus, right, like someone that you can actually like build like a life with, do you really want someone who's only interested in you because you have a bit of clout?
No.
But when I was 18 or 19, I'd more than happily take on a girl just because she thought I was like someone cool to be around.
See, no, I never had that in the first place, to be honest.
I was all about that.
Definitely not in a relationship. It's one of them. If you don't like me for me, babes, it can't run. No way. No, thank you. No, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in a relationship. And
What?
yeah, I mean, if you go on my social media, you wouldn't know I'm in a relationship because I don't post about it. But that's been a lifesaver. I don't need an internet relationship.
Nah, but it's one of them ones, and that's what I feel like relationship-wise, because a lot of people in relationships will be like, oh my God, why haven't you posted me yet? And all that kind of shit. It's like, all right, cool. you're thinking about this way too hard.
Way too hard.
Because then the argument is, oh yeah, but you're making it look like you're single on socials and that. It's like, first of all, why the fuck are you caring what people think on socials? Socials
100%.
fake as shit anyway.
100%.
Whatever you see on socials, this is just not the person's life. It's the highlights that they want you to see to make it feel like, oh yeah, my life is successful. Realistically, right? He or she went to Dubai last week, yeah, went onto a yacht or whatever, lived their best life, took pictures and all their snaps and shit.
Yes.
They went back home miserable as shit.
Yes, well, probably arguments.
Yeah.
But again, you don't post the arguments, do you?
Yeah.
I've seen so many couples who look so happy on social media, yeah?
And they're just miserable.
And you know the truth.
Yeah.
Oh, and the truth is so
different.
different.
24/7.
Sometimes violence.
Bro, someone's right.
Mad.
Like I've seen friends. I've seen relationships, right, where there other people be like, oh my god, I want to be like you guys. You guys are so amazing. And I know that them man are gonna go have an argument later on today. Like, it's ridiculous.
Have you ever dated a girl
Yeah.
because you liked how she made you look? Because she was hot and you thought it was a good look on you? I have.
No, I haven't.
1,000,000% I've
They
done
just
that.
happen to be Leng, coincidentally.
See, that's where we differed. I really thought about stuff like that when I was younger. I was very, very, very shallow about that.
My thing is, especially in life, I just do me unapologetically, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. If you like it, then we can fuck with it, kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
I don't care about my image to other people, because especially I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like me.
Yes.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's them ones. It's probably a very self-centered thing to say, but at the end of the day, is it not your own happiness should be your priority rather than the happiness of others based on your input on their life? Makes no sense to me.
I think mine probably stemmed from insecurity, in the sense that, all right, so I was in a long-term relationship from like the age of like 15, 16, right?
Okay.
And then I came out of it around 19, 20-ish.
Okay.
And then I really wanted to know what my pulling power was. Genuinely, I know that sounds shallow, but I didn't know what level of attractiveness I could unlock.
My man wanted
like
to
it was a PlayStation game.
My man wanted to see if he was a top shagger.
Yes, I wanted to know what XP
Mad.
points I had in the bag, right? Genuinely. I was like, if it was like FIFA rankings, like on PlayStation, I don't know how that shit works.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see how I wanted to climb up in the FIFA
You
rankings.
wanted to try and get to Div 1.
Yes. Yeah. Like, what's it in FIFA?
So it used to be Div 1. They got Elite Division now. You're trying to hit Elite.
I wanted
You're
to see
trying
if
to
I
be
could
up there
be
with the pros.
Yes. And that was my whole thing. So I would like convince myself that I liked these girls' personalities. I didn't like those girls' personalities. I liked what they represented and how they made me look, and to be able to brag to my friends that I could attract women like that.
It was them ones, babes. I like your face and your body. The personality is a bit... But we can move past this. It's fine.
And the amount of times I'd be at like dinners with girls and I'd be like, this is poison. Like, I'd have to get drunk to have a good time with it.
You know what, yeah? There is nothing more awkward in life than when you're on a date with someone and you just ain't clicking.
Yeah.
And I feel like, especially because I know I can be a major crackhead. Like, I run off energy. If you give me energy, we will hit it off. Because whatever you're giving out, I can reciprocate. Nice.
100%.
But then in the same breath, though, I can also give out the energy. But if you're then not engaging with it, then it's just dead.
Yeah.
I remember I went on a date like that once. And you know, one of them ones, for me, one of the signs of a bad date or an awkward date is if you just sit in silence.
Or you're trying to think of something to say to end it.
Yeah.
And you're desperate.
Yeah.
And you start saying something like,
yeah.
have you ever thought about this? And then that's your last lifeline, and then they give you no opinion. And I don't know, what do you think? It's like,
here's the thing. I've had a date like that recently, bro. I was just like, I'm too old to just sit here and try and force conversation with you. It's lovely meeting you, but I'm gonna just dip.
Did you dip?
Yeah.
Really?
Why am I wasting my time for?
That's honest. I wouldn't do that.
Bro,
I
came here to see if we would work. I'm trying to wife you. It's not working. Why would I then sit here, spend more money for no reason at all on drinks? I'm going to get more drunk. You're going to get more drunk. And then we might click it off. But that's due to the alcohol. Let me see you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What did she say?
I mean, what could she say? I was dipping.
Was she like, I respect your honesty? Or was she like, okay?
I don't care, to be honest.
I heard a story. I can't remember who told me this.
Harsh, but...
Someone someone told me, yeah, that they were on a date and
Yeah.
it wasn't going well. And she was just being really dry the whole time, unreceptive, and playing on her phone and stuff. So when the bill,
Dead.
he said, we're splitting this.
Yeah.
She got offended. And he said, well, I'm not going to pay for you. You haven't put effort into this date.
Well, I make him right.
Who was it that said that to me? I mean, I can't say their name anyway, but someone said that to me.
Like, it's the...
No, I can't.
Do it!
I can't think.
Do it!
That's Viraj behind the camera. But I can't remember who said that to me. But I respect that.
No, I rate it completely.
Wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I
Thank you
rate
for
it.
your time. I could never do it myself.
Because there's them ones, a lot of girls will come out on a date and they're not really feeling the person in the first place, but they'll just do it for the free food. I don't rate that.
There are people out there.
That's how Adelina got married.
That's how our friend got married.
Yeah, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
Really?
Yeah.
But if you can click it off and the vibes are going well, then fair. But if you're out there and you're just putting no effort into the thing, you're just like, I just have negative interest in this.
Yeah.
I'm on my phone, you're on your phone playing... You're probably DMing the next man saying, "Ayo, what you saying later on tonight?" kind of shit. Oh, get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for that bullshit. You're mad.
It's nice when you can find someone. But to be honest, you want to get your relationship to a place where you are comfortable in silence.
No,
but not on the
absolutely.
first date. Not on the first date. The first date is
The
like
first
when you're
date
getting
is
to know each other.
exploration. You're trying to get the person's vibe. You're trying to see, alright, cool. Can I work with this? Is this a person that I can really see myself being with? Does she give me the right feelings that I should be feeling? The right vibes, you know? If you come to a date and it's dead, then what do you want me to do with this information?
On the other hand, there's going to be girls, yeah, who, I'm sorry, you are going to be single your entire life, right? Because you want a guy who's 6'3", right, has an 150 grand a year job, drives a Range Rover, says yes to everything you want, puts effort in every single day like they're a robot, like they're not human, that have natural like fluctuations in their mood. What do you bring to the table?
Bro,
What do you have that deserves a fictional man like that?
Why do you keep atting our mutual friends? I don't get this.
Wait, who is this?
You know who I'm speaking
Oh,
about.
yeah. Shout out. But there's a lot of girls like
I'm
that.
going to show her this exact bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
You.
This girl, right? She told me her type was M. Huncho. He wears the mask. You want a vigilante for a boyfriend?
She wants to date Batman.
You want Batman? You want Batman? You want Batman? No,
That is
it's not gonna happen.
nuts. M. Huncho. M. Huncho. That's taking a piss, surely.
We on the relationships conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, what, do you want to jump in? The big man, there's
I
a
thought you
seat
didn't want
right
to be
here.
on this podcast.
Oh yeah. Well, we got the shisha out this time. I'm kidding.
If you want to grab a
Ah,
mic, there's
jump
a
in,
mic
bro.
right there.
Let me grab a mic.
Hey, let's
Cool,
go.
Viraj is coming in.
Yeah, nice.
Stuff gets bad very fast.
But nah, on a reals, deep in it, it's a bit nonsense. How can you say M. Huncho is your type?
It is mad. It is mad.
That's outrageous.
She has hope. I see some girls on Twitter, right, who are hopeless.
Now, to be fair, yeah, so
Hopeless.
our mutual friends, who we won't mention because I'm not actually sure if she's cool with us mentioning her
No.
on the podcast. She probably won't be.
She's a drug dealer anyway.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Catch her riding around Eastern electric scooter. But
There
that's
we
not the
go.
point. She's a good woman. She will find her man eventually. But her criteria is nonsense, I will say. Her criteria is just absolute nonsense. You can't tell me M. Huncho is your type. That's taking a piss.
You know what else really winds me up? And this is like a modern thing.
Go on.
You ask someone, oh, what do you look for in a person, right? And the first thing they list is always extremely interesting. And I've noticed a lot more people these days, the first thing they list is, I want someone aspirational. Why is that your number one priority?
No, I kind of get that.
I don't understand
I do get
that
that
at all.
I can't be with a person without aspiration.
Why not?
Bro,
Why not? Why not? What if they're a great person? Why do they have to? Why does everyone have
oh
to
no,
reach
John,
for the
know what? Yeah,
stars?
here's my thing. You can be the greatest person in the world. If you don't want to do anything with your life, then get the. I can't. Because I'm
No,
in,
don't get me wrong, I don't
especially
wanna-
my mentality. I'm in grind mode, bro. Like I'm about to start my new job. I'm trying to build a bag. If you're not out here trying to build a bag with me and you just want to leech off my bag instead, then sorry, you got to get out of here.
So what if a woman said to you,
Round up your point.
why?
Just so we can add Viraj in because we have to stop the recording.
Okay.
Okay. Well, what if a woman said to you, yeah, I'm happy with working a simple job and having a good life with you. What is wrong with that?
See, now, but here's the thing, right? So that in itself is an aspiration. You're out here trying to work. I'm talking about a lack of aspiration as you just want to sit in the yard and do nothing.
No, but I'm talking about the type of people who are out there who are like, I want someone who's going to conquer the world. Why is that your first? Why is that a principle over
Well, are we
someone
talking about
who's
women saying that?
mostly women say this.
It's an alpha thing, innit?
Yeah, like, but that means nothing.
It's an alpha thing.
How does that trump someone who's good-hearted, someone who cares about you, and someone who's willing to put your relationship as a priority and to build a good life with you, a happy life with you?
My bro, the answer is so easy. Moolah, Benjamins, Franklin dollar bills,
I heard
Lizzie,
yeah,
Charlie, now that is referred to. R.I.P. Lizzie. Anyway,
R.I.P.
yeah.
Viraj has magically appeared with a laptop.
I won't even lie, yeah. On the list of tricks that you have, this is probably some of your finest work. My man came in like fucking Houdini.
What's your opinion on people saying the first thing they list is, I need someone who's aspirational? The first thing they say when you ask them that question.
There isn't, I think, I agree with your point on there isn't anything wrong with wanting a simple life, because there are some people, men or women, that are homemakers. And do you know how hard it is to be a homemaker? To actually walk into a house and make it a home.
To be the CEO of a family.
Jesus Christ. It is a completely different ballgame. You can't comprehend what that's like.
Yeah.
Because you're like, in a day-to-day basis, you're half doing it. I mean, we all live at home, right?
Yeah.
So for us, our houses are already homes.
Yeah.
Our mothers and fathers have already done that, whichever one it might be for each of you. But for someone to come out, I think everyone has that, I want to be aspirational to some degree, especially in our groups of our people. But there isn't anything wrong with sitting down and just being like, nah, I want a simple life. I just want to be able to live a quote unquote normal life and not have any drama.
Yes.
All I want to do is just live, maybe keep up with my neighbors, have conversations, live in suburbia, chill out, relax.
Do you want to know what, though? I will say one thing. I do find it a bit jarring, right? If I was to ask a woman what you want to do in life and her answer is, I want to be a housewife, I don't know why, but it jars me out.
Really?
A little bit, yeah.
My thing is, my sister, she's a housewife. Her husband, my brother-in-law, is an accountant. My sister has 3 young kids. Who has the harder day?
Yeah, I hear all
My
of
sister.
that. I do hear
Hands
that.
down,
Easy.
100%.
I'm not
Even if they're
disputing that
three human
whatsoever.
beings.
And I'm even admitting that it's a bit of a weird one for it to jar me out. But for me, like in my head and the way I think, if your first aspiration is to be a housewife, you don't want to do no work or nothing, that's just weird to man. I can't lie. I don't know why. No clue whatsoever. But then also in my head, for me, the ideal woman is also the woman who's out here building the bag with me kind of thing, innit? So...
But let's say you have a kid, right?
That pink pound goes a long way.
It's hard for
Dual
both,
income is
if
nuts.
both parents are out there
yeah.
trying to conquer the world, who's raising the kids?
Bro, if I'm conquering the world...
It doesn't have to be the woman. Of course a man can take that role.
I do want kids, but here's where the bastard comes in, right? Here's where the absolute cunt comes in. If it comes to it, yeah, and if I could afford it, right? I'm getting a fucking living nanny, bruv.
It's not the same.
I know it's not the same.
It's not the same for the kid either.
I know it's not the same.
Not the same for the kid either.
You might as well send them to boarding school.
Is that what they did to you?
No, that's not what they did to me.
Kind of.
I have friends. I have friends who have been in boarding school their whole lives.
What are they like?
I mean, they're normal, but they are so self-sufficient.
For the audience, yeah, and the audio listeners, you can't see it, but Ali is busting up behind the camera right now.
We need a mic on you. Just a mic on. Just so when you say stuff.
I'm just gonna end up hurling fucking hate at you when you're talking. Wrong!
Do it, because you know
Why
what?
not?
That's
That's funny.
great. That's great.
Say nothing.
But you know what I wanted to talk about? I wanted to talk about your point you were talking about earlier when I walked in and was like, say it with chest. Did you walk out of a date?
Yeah.
Because she wasn't close to being material, quote unquote material for what you were looking for.
It's not even necessarily material, more than if there's no connection for man, then why am I sitting there for another hour with a person who clearly doesn't really want to be here either, because we're just sat in silence for half of the fucking time.
Okay, the silence I get, but what if it was a conversation and it went relatively well? Would you go on another one?
Yeah.
even though you had reservations.
See, now, I like to try and go to every single date with an open mind, no reservations, obviously, because, I mean, if you start off with reservations, then what the fuck are you doing anyway, kind
Facts.
of thing, right?
True.
So reservations isn't necessarily the issue here. It's cool to have, like, a silence every now and then, because, I mean, you just met the person. You're not going to be able to speak to them constantly for 2 hours. I've been on some dates where that is the case, and those have been great dates, right? But if I'm sat there thinking, oh, what should I talk about next? And the person sat opposite me is actively, like, just there, not really bringing anything, and she's only responding to what I'm saying rather than trying to then bring something herself.
Did she bring out her phone?
Don't... Yeah.
Okay, done.
Yeah.
Mentally, at that
Yeah,
point,
but that's what I'm saying. If
I
I'm
don't check out.
if-
I sit there and I'm like, okay, there's a real something consciously has just happened here. You brought out your phone and you're looking at like Instagram or Twitter or whatever.
Yeah. The minute, like, if you've signed out, I'm peacing out, bruv. What do you mean?
It's not right. I'm there to talk to you.
Yeah.
When we chill, we can go on our phones, but we've earned that respect of each other to be able to do that.
Yeah.
You got stuff going on. He's got stuff going on. I've got stuff going on. I've got stuff going on. If you need to take a call because you've got someone that's about to book you for a comedy show, you need to take that call either way. That doesn't but if you're going on a date, I went on one on the weekend. I was like,
Do you love her?
no. I carved out that time.
Yeah.
It was done. It was like, walk in, and she was like, oh, do you want to go on a walk afterwards? Or I said, do you want to go on a walk afterwards? And she was like, if you got the time. I'm like, my whole days, I carved everything
Babes,
out.
I'm free.
Doesn't matter. It's free. It's free. We'll go on it. We'll see how it goes, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Great human being. She's awesome.
Do you love her?
No, I think the way he just summed it up there, I think he does a little bit, you know.
He smiled.
Yeah.
Cool cat. She's a cool
You
cat.
did this. No.
She's a cool cat. But I don't know. I find it. I don't think I have the balls to walk out of a date because I just something innately in me would respect the other person.
This
for
is
just
me
showing
going
up.
back to what I said earlier. This is me just unapologetically being me.
But sometimes, why do you have to unapologetically be yourself? Just put on the act from time to time.
No.
Why?
And conform.
If you put on an act on a first date and it works out,
Then that person's in love with that person.
yeah.
Fair point.
V's out here, yeah, coming out with customer service game. I can't be arsed, bruv.
It's not customer service game. But you know, we've had this conversation before, yeah?
Yeah.
It's like, I've been doing this half and half, not half and half. I've been doing this like, every experience is tailored towards the individual thing for so long. It is me. So it's not like the person you see here today is not Viraj, is not the true me. It is me. It's the me that knows you. But the me that knows a different person is not completely different, but it has shown different things because I've grown up with those people.
Ali's looking at Viraj like he's on crack right now.
You know what, yeah? His off-camera reactions are the best thing ever. This is phenomenal.
Ali, this is it for you. Yeah? This is brilliant.
We need a little camera on him. Not a mic, a camera, just his
GoPro on the
reaction.
computer.
And put like it in the corner.
He's the reaction cam. We have a reaction cam. This is great.
He's like,
But so you can say it's customer service, and you know what it might be. I call it the chameleon. I actually bumped into some people last week or 2 weeks ago from uni. I hadn't seen them in years. One of them I hadn't seen since uni.
Okay.
And she went, so this is the real you.
Mad.
It's just like I feel like you've just taken the layers off, and I'm like, First year, maybe that's a slight exaggeration of oneself. You're trying to make friends. You're in a new environment. I went to our uni with not knowing anyone, maybe one person. But
Yeah.
even then, different courses, different year. So you put on a bit of an act to try and make friends and whatever. But I didn't think for second and third year the act was still like that live. I didn't know it was a 3-year show. And then, you go away for 2 years.
the Viraj experience.
The Viraj experience. And you go away for 4 or 5 years.
As a human being, when I met you, less now actually, when I met you, you were an experience.
I was.
You were definitely an experience. It's like when I first spoke to you, looking back, it's like you were so hell-bent on making a good first impression when you met people. It was like you were in a job interview every
You just said it
single
off
time.
cam. You only get to make a good first impression once.
I know, but like, like Kanye, I'm quoting Kanye here,
Oh,
but
dear
Kanye
God.
said,
Ah,
like,
this is gonna go terribly.
if every time someone asks you a question, you try and answer it, then your whole life is a test. It's a good point.
Yes, facts.
And isn't that a little bit
But
exhausting?
I don't really feel like it's a test. I
You
don't, I
didn't
don't,
find-
I don't look at it in that box, so to speak, or in that question, so to speak. It's more, this is who I am. This is who I am, and to undo that, there is a lot of unwiring to do. I'm happy. I am happy with that. I'm happy that I am the way I am.
Comedy has made me less intent on caring about making a good first impression on people.
I don't worry about the first impression. It's just that the statement's true. You only get to make a good first impression once. Whether it's good or bad,
You do.
it's subject to the other person. Whether you like me or not, you could have not liked me on the first time I met you. The reason we got on is because I bought a heater.
Yeah, that was.
And he had plugs. That's the reason we got on.
I was telling Mum the story literally like 2 days ago.
The reason me and Ali got on was because this guy couldn't stop talking about sandwiches, and I loved how weird he was.
But sometimes, again, this is more like a philosophical point. Sometimes I feel like trying to make a good first impression is the killer of authenticity.
Yes, agreed.
Because when you're trying to make a good impression, you're playing the best version of Viraj, best version of Tyler, best version of Muhsin, right? But the best version of you isn't the realistic version of you. It's that rare 0.1% that you can't upkeep all the time.
But you show up to a date. Are you bringing all the baggage with you on that first date?
You don't have to be like, nice to meet you. I was beaten as a child. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to do that. But
We know who was beaten as a child, yeah?
Ali, can you write that down? I might turn it into a bit. Can you please write that down somewhere and like text it to me? That's actually funny. Just write authenticity, like making first impressions is the killer of authenticity, and then just write nice to meet you. I was beaten as a child, and I'll take it from there.
Just the whole...
That's funny.
Your hour's coming along nicely.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Oh my God, you are something else.
Here's something I want to talk about real quick, if that's okay. Yeah, go on.
There's no
on.
need, please.
No, because he's gonna say
sorry.
something on this.
While we're talking about relationships, I just
Yeah.
wanted to bring forward this point that we spoke off cam. And I think you'd also agree with this, and I think you would agree with this as well, Mr. Ali, behind the camera. Dating apps have ruined our generation.
100%.
Absolutely ruined us.
100%.
They've completely ruined us.
1,000,000%.
You know, there's one dating app that I genuinely think has something good at its heart, and that's Thursday.
Thursday's a cool one
Because
because
it gets you,
it gets
once
you
a week,
out.
that's
yeah,
it. And
once
you
a week
have
you go
to not
out
have
to
plans.
the event and actually meet people at the event.
my
That's a
comedian,
cool one.
my comedian friend,
That's a cool one.
she works with Thursdays to put on stand-up shows.
I know, I was actually looking at it today thinking, why don't you do that?
Oh, you saw the event?
Yeah.
That's my friend's event.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, she puts it on in South Kensington. So they collabed with Thursday to put on comedy shows. And
Literally today I was thinking about, Muhsin, why aren't you doing this?
she said it works great.
Thursday's a cool one.
Yeah.
Thursday's cool. But when you got like Tinder, you got Bumble, like, even Hinge is garbage.
Because Hinge is just science now.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can mathematically map out what you want.
Yep.
And then you tinker it 1 kilometer at a time.
But again, you go on someone's Hinge profile, Tinder profile. There's no authenticity there.
Oh no, it's them selling the best
But
version
you see,
of
I
themselves.
have authenticity because I got consulted. I took consultation on my Hinge profile. Yeah. I got consulted. I have
I
authenticity.
mean, he's successful on the dating apps.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
ugly.
He is.
He's ugly, but he's successful.
No,
he hasn't
the one,
found love.
you
but he's
said the
found
one
other things.
photo shows everything it needs to show.
All your photos were pretentious.
This is true.
I was on Tinder.
But then I was brought up in
I
Surrey.
was on
You
Tinder
didn't
for
have
5
one
minutes.
You didn't have one picture of him smiling. So why the fuck why would anyone want to match with a moody prick?
What was he doing in
You
photos?
know the next day I got a match.
Were you doing this in photos?
That
No,
was
it's more like
Do it.
I can't do it.
My man's doing his Vogue face. Okay.
You were giving them the rock.
Zoolander.
You were giving them the rock eyebrow. Was he giving them the rock eyebrow?
He's trying.
No,
He
one of
wants
them
to look like
one of them did.
A little bit.
One of
yeah,
them
a
did.
little
One
bit.
of them did.
Oh God.
Yeah, I was on the dating app for about 5 minutes.
And then Muhsin just chose war and used Instagram.
Do you know what? I remember
Instagram's
this.
better.
So this girl I was talking to a while back here, and she had a really good point, and it was more along the way of the lines of dating apps have been detrimental for our generation because before our generation, we didn't have such easy access to such attractive people. Beforehand, you might see a sweet one on a bus or whatever, and you'd approach her and be like, "Oh yeah, can I get
That's a good point.
can I get your number or whatever?" You don't even need to do that anymore. So it's the same way, right? Where if you've met a person that you're really attractive to, and you also like really like them, right? But then they might do something that really you don't like. More times you just call it off and go back on Tinder and find another one.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
That's fucked.
The marketplace, there's too much options.
Yeah, you can literally, right now, I can go on my phone, find 3 sweet ones, and then have fun kind of shit. But that's a shit way of living life, really. And that's the same way why a lot of people can't get out of talking stages, because that option is always there.
But it's also they've never had to go through the mud a little bit to there's like the weight of doing something to try and like getting the butterflies to go and being like, oh my god, I've got to walk up to this person, random stranger, I don't know what's going to happen, irrespective of whether you're going to get a yes or a no, whether the person's going to look at you madly, person's just not going to talk to you. There is still that in our day and age, we don't have that because we've got those options. However, I guarantee you every single one of us at a bar, if we went out, we would go and talk. We would still have a conversation with someone at a bar.
Absolutely.
But it's not. But apparently, that's not the same thing. It is. It's just that when you're going for the sweet one, you're actively only got one thing in mind. You want. I want a Snapchat. I want an Instagram. I want a number, irrespective.
Oh yeah.
Me, I will not ask for a Snapchat, and that has caused not. It's been a detriment to myself, but I stand on it. I don't use the app. I'm not going to download an app just for one person.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I'm not going to go out my way. Well, actually, no, let me rephrase that. I am not going to download the app to go out the way for that one person. I will download the app if it's going to add something to my life.
Yeah, of course.
But if I ask your number, I don't know why it's so difficult to just give me the digits.
That's another thing that's a bit weird, right? A lot of people are very touchy about their numbers and shit. But you'll give an Instagram or a Snapchat and that. But it's all really just the same thing.
Yeah.
Your number's on your LinkedIn. Your number's on your Instagram.
But it's not even just that, right?
You just inspect that code.
Like, there's a bit of fear behind giving out a number because I guess the person could be a creep and they'll just start blowing up your phone away. They can do the same fucking thing on Instagram. Just make bare accounts.
Just block it, right?
Just block the number.
For some reason, mentally, we've decided
it's a lot more intimate.
Invasive.
People feel.
Yeah. It's weird.
It's a weird one. It makes no sense. Like, if a person wants my number, I'll give them my number. If I'm not feeling you, if you're being weird, I'll just block you.
And got to the idea of talking phases, yeah? I feel like the people who complain that they're sick of talking phases are deep down, a lot of them are addicted to talking phases. Because it's... Because they get the companionship of having someone to talk to every day and the excitement of meeting someone new.
Without the commitment.
Without any of the commitment and fear that comes with actually giving yourself to someone emotionally.
That does make sense.
I'm sick of talking phases. Why'd you do them, man?
That's why I retired from the game.
Because talking phases are fun because you get to completely know a completely random individual.
Before I met my missus, I was in the world's longest talking phase, right?
Oh, is that the one where the...
We know.
Oh, yeah.
Say less, right? we know, right? And then when I met my missus...
If you'd like to know the story, please join our Patreon, which will be coming out
Yes. Actually, this is where... No, why?
You're all pieces of shit.
Why?
You lot think you can sit on a fucking podcast talking and you're going to be like, people are going to pay you to find out what else you're going to say.
You'll be surprised what people pay
I guarantee
for.
you make a pound.
surprised.
We make a pound.
Great, but you're all dickheads.
Money's money, bro. I'll be a dickhead for Charlie.
No.
Give them something else.
No. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because if I'm going to give
That's your thinking.
If I'm going to give you the...
That's our thinking.
If I'm going to give you the absolute intimate stories about my life... You gotta be one of the boys of this podcast.
Yeah, you gotta support the thing. We're not putting it on YouTube.
Have any of you paid in this sense for anything? Like
Yeah. I've signed up to a couple of Patreons. I never listen to them, but because I like the people, I've backed their Patreons.
Bro, I've backed Binging with Babish's flipping Patreon, bruv.
Have you signed up to a Patreon?
I pay for all of this.
No, you don't.
I'm kidding. Hang
on. Yeah. That's a good point. We'll put all the intimate stories behind the paywall.
Yeah, but that's the same way when I remember when we put out the clip.
The answer is no, by the way. I have not.
we put out the clip, yeah, when people are asking, oh yeah, what should we talk about? Everyone's saying, oh yeah, tell us your stories with women. I'm not baiting myself out.
1,000,000%. I've said things on this podcast where I've lost sleep on what's gonna happen
Yeah.
when it comes out.
Yep.
1,000,000%.
Yep.
1,000,000%.
Yep.
And I've seen you be like, yeah, and turn it into a clip, right? And I'm like, oh no, now I have to put it out.
But,
And I'm just waiting for a text.
But have the clips not done well?
They have.
They always do well.
Well,
They always do well.
We still get the tap.
But
People still bring up that second episode.
But back to that point, yeah. So I was in the world's longest talking phase, and then when I met my missus, right?
Yes, sir.
What I found refreshing about her is we arranged to go on a simple, easy date, a coffee date, right?
Yeah.
Within a day of talking to each other, which I found so refreshing. No games, no over-extensive I don't need to know about how many siblings you have and where your first holiday with your parents were. I don't need to see. Do you know what I mean? I don't need to, like what your dietary requirements are. Do you know what I mean? Before we got on the first date, and it was the best thing, and I think that's why we worked out, because we cut all the bullshit out.
Yeah.
And we was like, well, let's see what we're like in person, and we hit it off. She had a big bum as well, so.
But the Lengas, yeah.
Shout out my missus, she got a very big bum. Huge bum. Doesn't make sense sometimes. It's ridiculous. She's gonna like me saying this. She's very proud of her bum.
Is she?
Yeah, it's ridiculously big.
Good on you.
It is ridiculous.
Are
It
you
makes
done?
no sense.
Are you done?
It makes no sense.
He's not done.
I'm very happy about it.
Do you reckon?
Couple of high fives.
Go on then.
Thank you. Thank you. Ali,
Bluetooth.
What am I high five?
high five for having a girlfriend with a big bum.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you. I do like a bum. Not gonna lie.
What did you want to talk about, by the way? Before we went on this
Hang on,
tangent.
hang on. Before we go on, boobs or bum?
Yeah, breast or bum.
Patreon.
Oh, why? No, that's low
right
level.
off.
No one, no,
Yeah,
no,
that's-
no,
that's,
no,
yeah,
no,
taking a piss
that's
now.
not juicy. The only thing juicy is the bum.
Any day now, please.
I don't know. I'm gonna
Instinct.
think about
Gun
it.
to your head.
Don't even think about
Gun
it.
to your head. 3, 2, 1. Bum.
Bunda. Come on.
Bum, bum,
Yeah,
bum.
nyash. All day.
Mashallah.
Yeah. What did you want to talk about?
Okay,
What do you want to talk about?
right. So, without going into details, again, we can maybe put the details in the Patreon, right? Without going into details, I was offered... Oh, shut up.
Stop! Stop it! Stop!
It's happening.
It's not.
Why not?
Not with everything that you say. If you want to know more,
Guys, just buy us a coffee. Just buy us a coffee. £3.50 for the juice.
Ali off cam is actually quite an experience. I like
I prefer
this
it.
I like this.
He
like
is the
this.
mediator.
Because he takes less space as well.
Oh, don't be mean.
Out of pocket.
Yeah.
Completely out of pocket.
Like, this sofa's not big enough for four asses.
Can we get on with what you actually wanted to ask?
Those are just his
There's
asses
so
as well.
much space there. And so
Bro,
much
that's
space
not
there.
fitting him. Look at that.
22.
If he's sat here, I'm like this.
Bro, he would probably have more space if you weren't sat like a fucking child.
By the way, I'm not fat anymore.
Can we get to the point?
That's not fat.
What is the point?
Okay. That's not fat. That's man love.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm a fucking bodybuilder, mate. Yeah.
No, you're fat. What's going on here? Do you have a rash here?
No, it's just different
No, mate, that's a
pigmentation.
Birthmark.
Oh, right, okay.
I've had that all my life.
I've just noticed it. Okay.
Didn't notice it when I was tanned and it didn't tan.
Yeah,
But
it
he
was-
notices it now.
All right. So
Shows how much attention
for the
you paid to
Patreon,
me.
we will get him a
paid to me
skin
in 5
grab off
years.
his ass to match up the colours.
What?
We'll get him a skin grab.
It doesn't work
Oh my God.
because it's grown with my face. You can't do it. I like
Yeah,
it.
you
It's
can't
part
get rid
me.
of birthmarks.
Can you not?
I don't really want to
that's
do
a
that.
shame.
I'm really intrigued. What was
Okay.
this?
So I was recently presented with a massive opportunity, right, which we can't go into for legal purposes. Generally, you can't.
Okay.
right?
Was it the launch of your OnlyFans?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. And I've decided that I'm going to turn it down
Yes.
because I believe it's going to be too much too soon. Right?
Yep.
How do you guys square off like crossroads in your life? Because this will be like one of those moments in your life where you go, looking back, you go, what if I went left instead of right?
Yeah.
How do you guys square that off in your head? And like, do you have any examples like in your life where you felt like where like you made a decision where there was two clear paths and you chose one, and you'll never know where the other path might lead?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because you hear older people talking about it all the time, right? Like my dad will always say, oh, if we hadn't started a business and maybe I worked in industry, maybe I'd have more time with my kids. He says, because my dad's retired now, he says stuff like that all the time. And I was like, yeah, but what if you went down that path, drove off a cliff the next day?
Yeah, that
Like it's always,
happen.
the grass always seems greener, doesn't it? But it doesn't
Yeah, it's just
necessarily.
hindsight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
gave up 50%. I gave up managing rights in a business opportunity that I'm getting off the ground at the moment. And I gave up basically the 1% instead of half and half, because I felt I wasn't ready as a human being and as a founder and as a leader to be able to make those decisions, because I was not in a position that I had gone through those experiences, and I wanted someone who has business experience when it came down to the wire, and there was an opportunity where we were at loggerheads. There was someone who, when you get down to the bottom line, you draw and you look at the contract, someone else actually has more power. Someone else can actually veto your decision. I think that's incredibly important. We work, like most things are a democracy, right? And we always end up in this whole, we can't veto this, can't veto that, everyone's got to have a say. I think there are certain things in life where you have to take a step back and be like, okay, I am not ready for this, but I still want to be a part of this process.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the potential outcome of this opportunity is going to be. However, what I do know is that I am at that point in time, and still to this day, I am not ready to have that 50% share. However, maybe in the future on a different business endeavor, I might, and I'll be ready to say, like, actually, this is the experience I went through. Take it from me. On everything, we're 50-50. But when it comes to a disagreement about something that relates to cash and money, one person has more power. I think that's incredibly, like, to have the self-awareness to do something like that and sit back and say, I'm not ready. Thank you for bringing this opportunity to me. I'm not ready to go half and half. I'd rather you have that say of, it's time. Like, if the business needs to be shut down, it needs to go.
Yeah.
And you have to fork out the rest to buy that 2% back, to be like, no, this isn't happening. That's one experience that I've been through recently where I'm like, I think about it and then I go, no, actually I think I still made the right decision.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that opportunity impacts what we do here, because it takes away from the time here. So you'll see me on and you'll see me off, because I will have to go and deal with other things. Like possibly in January, I won't be in the country because I'll have to go somewhere else. Because of this business, and we'll see how that pans out. But in your respect, I don't want to talk for you. In your respect, I still believe you go through that process because you haven't done anything like it before, or you get as far as possible and then remove yourself from it. Because you're still in power. You cut it off. You're not in power. You have no control over it. And how much time is it going to take out of your schedule?
Quite a lot.
I think the decision, for the podcast's sake, is irrelevant. I think the idea I'm trying to get at is sometimes you get a good opportunity in life that on paper is great, but sometimes it's not the best thing for you.
Yeah.
And there's a foresight sometimes you need to have to say no to things.
I mean, that all comes with just maturity, right?
Yeah.
Because it's then acknowledging your limits.
Yes.
Which is something that a lot of people can't do, and then that's what leads to being overwhelmed. I also think that V very elaborately told us that he's a drug dealer.
He is a drug dealer. 1 million %.
Yeah. Man said 50-50. What, 50 on this crow?
They say this is a big, big town.
It's an immersive experiences business.
So hallucinogenic drugs.
No.
Yeah, that sound
Wow.
like magic shrooms, man.
Wow. No, it's
LSD.
not that. It's not that. It's
Acid?
No, it's not that. It's not that. But we'll replicate those effects. Or it should do, just through technology.
That's pretty cool.
Also, I love that you're dressed like you manage a shisha lounge today, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's a very good
Back
look.
into winter mode.
Yeah.
Back into winter mode.
You're dressed like you just shot some hoops before the NBA season starts.
Nah, bro, seen records, man. I just got my new record deal. Come
Oh,
on.
congratulations.
Check.
Why do I know
Shout out
this?
Luis.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why.
My guy.
Yes. Yes. That's all I really had to say on that.
Yeah, so the thinking of the crossroads thing and having a split decision where either one way could lead to one destination and the other could lead to the other. If I spent less time arguing with my ex and more time agreeing with her, I'd probably still be in a relationship. That's my crossroads.
You've been in a relationship?
Yeah.
Oh, mad.
It was so private, he didn't know he was in it.
Oh, it was the best kept secret in the world.
Tyler's that guy, right, where he won't tell us he's dating someone, but every now and then we'll see like female hands in the background of his Snapchat story.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's just playing games.
Bro, but it's them ones, right, where it leads back to the whole social media thing. Where it's, why am I advertising my business?
Exactly.
Because that's just evil eyes on my thing now, you know what I'm saying?
That's very true.
So that's why, for the most part, I don't like to, especially because so I've only ever really been in the one relationship. Then I've had like talking stages, all that jazz. But yeah, from that, it just taught me that social media is just creates problems for no reason. To give you an example, right? Do you know what? Yeah, my ex, hey yo, Ali, peep this. My ex gave me shit for taking a picture with your ex and Sabi's ex.
Shame on you.
What?
Exactly.
Why?
My friends at the time, innit? We were in the SU, take a picture. She had a massive issue over it. And do you wanna know what's mad about it as well? And do you wanna know what's nuts, right? This photograph was uploaded onto SU Facebook, right? She went to Aston.
Oh, so it was like the pictures, the
Yeah.
around with it.
Yeah,
Oh, that's weird.
innit?
I hate her.
She looked through the SU pictures to see if I'd show up on a
Oh,
picture.
you're just looking for trouble then? She was looking in the background to see you trying to get with
Bro,
someone.
She's going through, like, would you be going through Aston pictures?
Bro, do I got time to be doing that? That's
She
crazy.
was zooming into the background of other people's photos
like-
to see you
Yeah,
dancing
that
with
looked like
another
the back
girl.
of his head, you know.
Yeah, with that girl.
Come out, be like, screenshot. Who's this bitch? Bro, who's that nigga?
That is unfortunate.
That's not me.
Yeah, you just wanted.
Big man, that's a square head. My head is oval.
You just wanted to cheat in peace.
Bro, I've never cheated. That's the one thing I can say with full chest. Never cheated in my life. Because if not for any other reason, yeah, the disappointment my parents would have towards me if they ever found out I was doing nonsense like that would hurt me. It would genuinely hurt me.
Let me ask you guys a question, right? If your parents found out everything you've done in your life,
God help me.
would they still like you?
No.
No chance.
Nah.
Not
Yeah.
a chance.
I think. your
Oh
parents
my
would.
god.
I think your
I
parents
don't know.
would.
But my parents are very, like,
But how do you know they didn't do it?
No, they didn't.
actually, no.
My dad did. My mum did not.
But that's
no
the other
chance.
thing. So they wouldn't like it because they did it.
Okay, that's exactly what. Okay, so okay, I get it.
Yeah.
It's one of those- it's
My
one of those
mum-
situations. Hold on, but can we backtrack a moment, right?
Yeah.
Before we end up in this line. What do you think about your situation?
What, the opportunity?
Yeah. Because you've obviously had to take some, like, it's not been long, but you've had a couple of days to think. You've had things going on in between. What do you think about it? Like, why have you come to this particular decision?
I'm more at peace with not taking it.
Okay, fine. That's all I need to hear.
Because, I mean, to be fair, cause when the way you
But
explained
you thought about it.
Yeah, something
it
about
does come with
it.
drama.
Something about taking that opportunity doesn't sit right with me. I don't think I'm ready for that. That level of
Exposure.
exposure, I'm not ready for.
That's fair.
I don't have the material nor the infrastructure in place to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
And you only get
You only get one chance.
one shot to capitalize
Yeah.
on that, and it's even like 2 months late.
See, now, but this is
over.
where it goes to the maturity thing, right? Because let's say, for example, would you have taken that decision a few years back?
No,
No?
I would have jumped in it. When I first started stand up,
Yeah.
I was trying to jump on things that I had no business jumping on.
So you
And
would
thank
have
God
taken
I
it
got
back then.
rejected. Yeah. Because I didn't. My thing is, I've always started things with no appreciation for how hard it is.
That's always been one of the best things about what you do.
Yes. But it's a good way of getting you started, but it's not a good way to proceed with your entire life.
Yeah.
There is a certain point where you need to
It's
become
like,
more
enough's
strategic.
enough, yeah.
You need to be more
You
strategic.
need to stop throwing yourself out there.
I mean, like, would you advise someone who's never ran a restaurant before, has no clue, to open a 3-story restaurant in the middle of the West End and invest all their life savings into it?
Not normally,
No,
but I
you
feel like
wouldn't.
Ali could smash it, to be fair. I would back my boy. If anyone to run a restaurant, I'll back my boy.
But the point being, the analogy being, you start with a small restaurant, you build one.
Yeah, you
build
got
one,
your
gain
baby
experience.
steps. Yeah, baby
But I
steps.
don't understand. You've had baby steps.
Yeah, but,
Yeah,
now that I've had the baby steps, I'm fully aware of the
So it's
extremity
one
of
of
the
them ones.
situation.
It's like you can't run before you can walk, right? My man just finished crawling,
Yes.
so now he's walking. You understand?
But do you think we are clouded because we see him?
I mean, personally, I wanted him to take the opportunity. I
I
thought
wanted
it
him
would
to take the opportunity, irrespective of what
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
what
yeah.
anyone else says.
But I do understand what he's saying, because he himself doesn't have the necessary facets needed to then bring the full product and make it slap. Because he will never have that opportunity to then make it slap again.
Yes.
Because they're not going to
can't
give
do
him
it
the
again.
opportunity again.
You want to know, this time I'm ready. You can't do that.
You talked about the end of what happens afterwards. And if you were ready for that and you said, I'm not prepared for that, you haven't gone through the process though, so you don't even know.
But I have enough. I've spoken to people who've gone through the process.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Who've been in the exact same situation, and
And you still think you're not ready.
they've all told me, this is an opportunity that you should be getting in 8 years, not now.
So why you... Isn't the question that you should be asking yourself is, why am I getting it now?
Because the people who give you the opportunity don't necessarily have your best interest at heart.
It's just for entertainment
True.
purposes at the end
It's
of the day.
entertainment
True.
purposes.
Just fill another slot.
And they don't know what I have fully.
Yeah, exactly.
I know what I have.
And this all leads back to social media. Obviously, they found him through social media, saw his content. They don't then know how much more content he has. In the same way, social media is just shit and it's all fake and it's just a veneer, guys. It's a veneer, okay? Look at me. It's pretend. It's pretend. You all just sell
Is that
yourself.
what veneer means?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's
The
why
perception-
veneers are called veneers.
it's
Okay.
a veneer.
The thing is, the reason why this
like
opportunity has come along is because if you go onto my social media, it's being very honest right now, right? The way my career looks on social media isn't the reality of where I'm at as a comedian.
Yeah,
I'm overachieving right now, which is fine because I can control the level I'm at.
yeah.
But if you keep pushing that, then you are going to be a guy who had too much too early and couldn't capitalize
out,
on
But
it.
that's what your
And-
socials are. They're basically running ads for you.
Well, its perception is key, but you got to be the one saying, okay, I got to be self-aware enough to say, this is the perception, which is great.
But if you shut this opportunity down, does it come back?
It can come back.
It can.
It can come back potentially, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But if it doesn't, it's also not the end of the world.
Okay, well, okay. I'm at peace if you're at peace with it.
Yeah, it's it's not a means to an end, innit? So
It's a weird one because it's one of those like where like the money's great, obviously, and you go, your instinct says, yeah, you should do that. But then when you think about it more, you go, well, strategically, is
wait,
this the
hold
right
on.
thing?
So in terms of peace, how much we talking? Ballpark.
Well, you talk about future revenue afterwards as well.
Ah,
It's-
of course. Yeah.
if,
skyrockets.
if everything banged how it could bang, you could make millions. Literally could make millions.
Well, I'm glad
In a
you
perfect
took-
world.
I'm glad you
In
took
a
the
perfect
time
world.
to think about it.
In a perfect world, you could make. I've seen people make millions.
It's them ones. You gotta wait for you to be ready, innit? Because it's not only just the content and all of that. If you also mentally don't think that you're ready, then it's all gonna flop anyway.
Put it this way: I have 20 to 30 minutes of brilliant material. If this opportunity bangs how it could bang, I need an hour and a half. It takes years.
Big man, you
to
need to
get
work
there.
on that hour, bro.
I do not have that. I do not have those facilities.
Well, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor as a friend. I'm going to need you to find that hour because Tyler likes his Lamborghini in baby blue. So
How would you guys get on in stand-up?
When we get to 10 shows, I do mine, don't I?
Out of you three, I'd let you guys rank it. Actually, let's do two things because I'm a comedian, right? Hang on. Who would rank yourselves in the order in which you think you guys would be successful in stand-up, and then I'll tell you what I think afterwards. So you guys discuss it quickly. Who you think would do the best, second best, and the third best at stand-up?
1, 2, 3. Hands down.
What do you say?
I agree.
Yeah?
Same, yeah.
All right.
I'll back myself, to be fair.
For audio,
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
audio listeners, you have to say the names.
Okay, so for me, Ali, Tyler, Viraj.
Yeah.
For Ali, Tyler, Viraj. For Tyler, Ali, Viraj.
I'll back myself. Yeah.
Sorry, V.
No, I agree. I'm not funny. I'm not funny the way that you guys are funny.
All right,
Because
shall
I
I-
watch those clips, and I watch our clips,
You're
right?
Like, you're like a real funny.
Yeah, but you two can mash
Quick
up
with it.
stuff.
Quick
It's
with it.
madness.
All right.
Sometimes I'm annoyed with shit, and then I say something, and people are like, and I'm like, I'm so fucking annoyed right now.
Didn't you write one of his jokes?
Huh?
Didn't you write one of his jokes? His best joke?
No.
Right, it was-
He
it's like
he
a-
gave
a
the
vast-
facet of the idea of it.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
basically writing it?
Yeah. No, he gave, yeah, kind of.
I gave him the seed. He made it blossom.
Isn't the seed the tree?
Yeah, the seed's nothing without care and attention. So
Fair
he
enough.
gave it all of that.
Bars.
I would say in short-term success, Tyler would initially have the most success.
I see. I would back that. He's got
He would
longevity.
be second in the short term. You would die. In the long term, you would have more success than Tyler. Tyler would be
Yeah.
second. You would have given up. Yours would. I've seen you try and like get the audience's attention before a 1 minute smoke, and it sounded like a secondary school teacher trying to calm down the assembly hall. You're like, guys, excuse me, attention now. And they all went, oh, it's like, bro, you
I
can't
look
tighten
at-
up the audience. We have a DJ whose whole job is to loosen them up before the show, and and they were loose, and then you tighten them right back up because you put them in a school assembly. You were this close to saying, right, golden time's over. No golden time.
Would that been a good joke?
No.
No, okay. I won't do that next time. You know how much I love the mic though? The mic is so much fun.
What, holding it?
No, not holding it. Just being on the mic is so much fun.
Yeah. That was a sight to behold. What would your style be as a comedian, Viraj?
What would my style be?
Yours would be high energy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, relationship and black
Absolutely.
jokes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
You'd lean
Yeah.
into that hard. I don't know. I
Yeah.
think
You
mine
should,
would be.
so you should.
Mine would
got
be that
material.
You know, you get those like those comedians that they make jokes about reality.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all about reality, but you know the ones I'm talking about, where it's like literal, like what the hell is going on in the world type stuff.
Yes.
That.
All right, let's
Probably.
play a game, right? Give me your opening 20 seconds.
I can't do that. I don't have 20 seconds.
Off the cuff, off
I
the
don't
cuff.
have
Let's see
20
what
seconds.
happens. Let's see
I
what
don't
happens. I'm
have
interested
20
to see what happens.
I don't have 20
Okay,
seconds.
ready?
No,
You're
I
coming
don't
on-
have.
No,
I
you're
don't
coming
have.
on stage. No.
I don't have 20 seconds.
Well, that's the whole point. I want to see
Yeah,
what comes
listen,
out.
I don't have 20
It's-
seconds.
It's the next
Listen, I don't have 20
I
seconds.
want to see what comes out your mouth. Right? Ready?
No, I don't.
We're doing a show, right?
I
We're in a
don't
game,
have
right?
20 seconds.
All right, guys.
I'd
this,
freeze.
This next comedian, it's his first time
I don't
doing
have 20
stand-up.
seconds. I
So I want
can't
you
do
guys
this.
to give
I
him
can't do
all the
this.
love and
I
support
can't
in the
do
world.
this.
So we're going to start off
I
with
can't do this.
with a one round of applause, a level like a
can't do
Wimbledon round of applause. Can we do that?
I can't do this.
Give me a Wimbledon round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Okay. Are you having sex?
Are you a fucking rabbit?
Yes. All right, hang on. Let's just bring him onto the stage because this audience is dead. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, doing his first ever set, Viraj Acharya, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! All right, you've got the microphone. Go.
Thank you very much for having me here. Have you heard about Alex Jones in the news recently? I think his name's Alex Jones.
Woo!
And how him and InfoWars are going to have to pay out $1 billion for him coming up with a conspiracy
Oh,
theory.
brother, this guy sucks.
That I wouldn't know what to do. This guy.
Trim your beard, bro.
Yeah, well, you know what? You can trim yours.
Good.
No, but this is
Okay.
where you like your Marge likes it when my beard likes to touches her booty hole while I eat her fanny up, bro. What you saying, dickhead?
Or you could just
not
learn
bad.
English. Yeah, don't talk to me like that. You brought up in Britain.
Or
just
no,
talk
finish
about
it.
Britain.
Finish your set. No heckling. Finish your set.
That's
Finish
it.
your. Finish
my,
your.
my set would be my set would be audience. My set. What do you call it?
He just starts scrapping the audience.
Action.
100%. 100%. I'd lean into Empire. I'd lean into it.
Alright.
I'd
All right.
I'd lean into Empire. I would just cuss the audience probably. I wouldn't have my set would just be crowd work. It would be
I think
straight
you.
back.
I think you underestimate how hard crowd work is.
Watch me.
Watch me,
Watch me.
mud.
All right. What would you say?
I crowd work all my life. Come on, man.
You're on stage.
What would I say? Oh, hi guys, my name's Tyler. Come from a Caribbean household, you know. I would like to say one interesting thing about being raised in a Caribbean household. Your parents always want you to be a success. So when you think about the normal kind of roles, you'd be like an accountant, you'd be a lawyer, you know, those kind of jobs. You know, a kind of job where your mum would be like, yes, my son is an accountant, see, you know. But here's my thing, right? And here's why I think a lot of black men have gone wrong. The moment they've decided to buy some Bitcoin and they make £10 off it and then they get a little turtleneck, all of a sudden they're an accountant. You make that make sense to me.
I hear that as fraud.
Not bad. Not bad.
For
Not
off
bad.
the cuff,
Not
is
bad.
that in?
It's like every week at Old Tigers.
Yeah.
Is it?
Just people giving TED Talks.
Just people talking about how Caribbeans are different.
Oh, really? Is that what it is?
Yeah, but it's
Wait,
it's got an audience. It's got an audience, like.
If it works, it works.
Yeah.
What would I say?
I mean,
What did you say?
You're a professional, G.
Shall I tell you what I said?
First
Ali
set.
was there, right? A little about me. My name is Muhsin Yesilada.
Oh,
I've been an ethnic minority for 22, 23
Oh,
years now.
Okay, you stopped using that line for a while.
My first encounter with a white man was at UK border control.
I've heard this one.
He was a lovely man, bless him, until he popped my rubber ducky.
I hate hearing this.
It was so
I
dead.
hate hearing
It was so dead, innit?
It wasn't even like, I've just heard it so
It was
many
dead.
times.
It was like, because
what
it's not
is-
even true. I was born here. Like,
What was popping the rubber ducky?
I was coming here illegally. My first encounter with a white man
Oh,
was at
got
UK
you.
border
I got
control.
you.
Yeah.
Right.
Border control.
He was
Yeah.
a lovely man, bless him, until he popped my rubber ducky.
Got you.
Oh well, I guess you live and you learn. Unless you're my auntie.
Did you get laughs?
Huh?
Did you get laughs?
I got this kind of laugh. I used to go through whole sets here. This is how I knew I had a good ego for comedy, right? I'd go through whole sets where this is the only laughs I'd get. I'd come off, look at Ali and go, smash that. And they'd be like, yeah, you smashed it. And we just worked through. We worked through until the jokes actually got good. It took me ages to get big laughs.
That's funny,
And now
man.
you fill a room of 100, 200 people when you do it, 500 people when you do
1,000
it.
people,
That,
but that's
really,
okay.
you did 1,000?
Yeah, that
I
big
do.
fucking theatre place, isn't it?
That's what I do.
Damn, well done. Big man too.
But yeah, I thought that was sick. I thought, genuinely, when I wrote that, I was like, I'm a genius. Genuinely, I thought that. I was in the Holloway University Library, writing it on Microsoft Word, leaning back going, comedy's easy, man.
Piece of cake.
You know, on my first set, I got my phone out. Do you remember that, Ali? I got my phone out because I forgot my lines. I froze up and I was like, 1 minute.
But you did that when I came.
I don't think I did.
You had
Did
your
I?
phone out.
Oh, did I? Yeah. I mean,
But
now,
you tell people you have your phone out and you make it a joke or something.
maybe this was someone else. I don't think I did that.
Possibly. Well, we've got the evidence to see it on my YouTube.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get my phone out in that episode.
Wasn't it?
No.
Must have been. A different
Another thing I would do,
been
which
someone
is a
else.
terrible habit for comedians, yeah, because I'd be so nervous. The idea of forgetting what I was going to say would terrify me. So I would write bullet points what I was going to say on my hand.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, that's what you did.
That's a terrible habit to have, right? Because, right, that's all well and good when you're doing 5 minutes. What if you carry on with that habit? You never learn to remember what you're going to say. One day you're doing an hour, so you got a fucking spreadsheet written out. on your
Wait,
arm.
sorry, guys.
I was like, hang on, this bit's written on the back of my knee. If someone could stretch that out for me. Ali, what would you say? You've been to a lot of comedy shows. You've been to more comedy shows than some people who are trying to be stand-up comedians.
I don't know what to say, but I'd probably start off with just talking about something I hate.
Yeah.
He does have passionate hate for things.
What's
to
that
be
noise?
Ring.
Oh.
That would be my parents.
I think a good way to start a stand-up show is saying something self-aware. So I realise I give off this vibe, or I realise I
And
look
then
like this.
you lean into that.
And that's because people love self-deprecation, and it kind of warns them to you that you're not going to be obnoxious about what you're going to do.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Makes sense.
I just realised, do we even bother going in through the segments today, or should we leave
No,
it
I've
for another
enjoyed
time?
this.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed this.
This has been vibes.
I've liked the
This
free
is
fall.
like a catch-up.
Yeah.
This is
By any means necessary.
yeah.
I've missed doing this, I must
You
say.
can tell.
You've
can
said
because
the-
he's hogged the pipe.
He's held that pipe for like fucking pause. For like
can
20 minutes.
Can you talk about your new role?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's not anything fancy. It's just an IT engineering role at HSBC.
Tyler got a job.
Yeah, Tyler got a job.
Tyler got a job.
Tyler
Tyler
got
is
a
now
job.
employed.
Hallelujah!
Father Tyler is in the building.
Father Tyler.
Hello,
Yo,
Father
boss.
Tyler.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good night.
Any
This
words,
is the setup.
Any words for the podcast? Any words of wisdom to give to our young listeners?
Get out of my house.
That's a clip.
That's a clip. That's a clip. Yeah, we're chilling.
All good, thank you.
That's definitely a clip. Did I pick up? Fantastic.
Subtitles.
Yeah.
That's funny.
You know,
Oh.
the editor will just put it and it's just shaking.
Should we wrap this up? We've done about an hour.
And on that note, it's time to end the show.
Make sure you subscribe to our Patreon that we haven't launched yet. Make sure you like all of our content. Make sure you subscribe to everything.
And make sure you subscribe to his OnlyFans.
Yes. Make sure you follow Viraj home because he really does like it.
You know, season 4 is coming out next
Oh,
year.
can't wait.
Yes.
And they
Starring
filmed.
in it.
They filmed.
Funny.
Bro, on a quick note, though, I cannot stand the fact that all Joe has to do to blend in the crowd is wear a hat and he's good to go.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I'm back, baby.
It's ridiculous.
But then you're not surprised how much it actually works. Yeah,
Facts.
It actually works.
Facts.
Ridiculous. Absolutely absurd. But yeah, on that note, this has been Smoke Sections. We are back. Peace.